What's up guys, welcome back. Today I want to go over finding animals and species on a planet. As you can see, the exploit of uploading an empty planet has been patched. You can no longer just upload nothing and get away with getting your milestones that way. So I do it the legit way. I'm going to show you guys how you can do it easier. Takes a bit of time, but if you know these tips and tricks and where to look, you can find things a lot quicker. So get yourself to a planet with lots of animals on it. This happened to have a lot. I'm going to show you how I found all of them. I'll show you where to look, how often you'll find animals in certain spots. So this planet had water on it. You'll find that on a water planet with sort of shallow lakes and things like that, there's going to be about 2 species of fish. If it's got a big ocean, you'll usually find 2 fish in shallow areas and a larger fish out in the deep water like a shark, some sort of predator. Now finding animals, the trick I use is always having your visor or scanner open. When you're looking off into the distance, it brings up little dots. What these dots are, they don't even have to be in your line of sight, but what it does is mark a point where your herd or animals are going to spawn. So marks where they're going to load in before you're even close enough for them to load into your line of sight. So you don't have to be looking for physical animals, because doing this you're going to find where exactly they load in. So as you're jumping around, just keep your visor open and you'll start to see these dots in the distance. The majority of your animals are going to be on the land, but while you're jumping around looking for them, make sure you're always looking up and checking the skies. Every so often you'll look up and you'll be able to see a dot can spawn up in the skies at a fair distance. Otherwise you'll usually spot the things in the skies easier. There'll be about 2 different flying species per planet. This one did have 2. One of them was a worm looking thing, another was a bird. So as you move around with your visor open, you'll notice as you come into an area and you're close enough, it'll come up with red dots and you'll know exactly where to scan. You can just stop and start scanning animals in. You'll notice these 2 different species or different animals. I've discovered 4 here, but it'll only account for about 2 species towards your upload stats, because you're finding animals that are different gender or just a little different to a certain species and not a unique animal. So there's one of the flying animals, as you can see. Now we've covered the first couple of places to look. The water, the skies and the land. But another spot you need to be looking is in caves. In entrances of caves you're going to get these crab crustacean looking things. They're only going to appear in these sorts of areas. So keep at it guys, it does take a bit of time and persistence. But just keep going through, follow your dots. If you do want to be able to move quicker, I've got a video on how you can jump around and move through here quicker. Now when there's only a few animals left, it is very handy to be able to see straight through these mountains that there is red dots on the other side. So you might have no idea that they're there, but as soon as you put your visor up and see those red dots, you can head on over. And it saves you a lot of time. So in a matter of no time, you've got plenty of uploads. You can see we're making good progress. I only did about a 1-hour gaming session on this planet and I was doing different things. So around half that time, about half an hour, was actually looking for animals. So even if you do have a planet with plenty of animals on it, it doesn't take that long to find them all if you are using the right methods. That is one ugly looking fish. So we can see we've only got a few to go. We're at that 71% mark. So the most difficult species on this planet that would have been to find were these two here that spawned underneath the ground in a cave system that I had no idea how to get into. There was no entry, I would have never wandered through there. But as you can see, with the visor up, you can see the two dots and you can just burrow your way through. Obviously they're in a cave, so you can find them and jump straight in. So that's another way you're going to be finding animals a lot quicker. You'd never come across these guys if you weren't using a visor. So it's going to save you a lot of time in that way. So these are my second flying creatures I found. They have now patched it where you can easily analyze birds from the ground. You used to have to shoot them down. I don't think you have to anymore. They're pretty easy to analyze. So there's their next 3 uploaded, and we've got 2 to go. You will start to find herds and plenty of animals that you've discovered before, but persistence is the key. Just keep going. I thought I may have discovered all of the land animals, but just keep at it, because the second last upload I had was this little Lone Ranger here. He ended up being the second last and the final land discovery, because looking back at my discoveries and looking at those rules, I'd only discovered one type of fish. So I thought I would go back in there, back into the water, and I did find a dot. So I've got all my land done, I've got my couple of flying species, so there's a dot there, I went to it. If that dot disappears, you can still head that way, they'll spawn in. And there I found my final species, my ugly looking stingrays there. So you're ready to upload the rest. I went back to my ship and just saved my game. And there you have your final upload. I discovered around 21 separate animals to come across those 14 species. But there you can upload for your 350,000 units. And you've got your next milestone step. Hope this helps you out. If you do this well, it'll only take you about half an hour, and that's on a planet with 14 species. Thank you for watching. As always, have a good one. I'll see you around.